In the quiet town of Willow Creek, nestled deep within the dark woods, there stood an old, decrepit mansion. Its windows were like the eyes of a ghost, hollow and filled with secrets. The locals spoke of it only in hushed whispers, for they knew the horrors that lay within its walls. Legend had it that the mansion was haunted by the spirits of the family who once lived there, the Winstons, they were called. They were a wealthy family, but their wealth couldn't protect them from the darkness that consumed them. One stormy night, a group of adventurous teenagers decided to explore the mansion. They laughed and joked as they approached the looming structure, unaware of the malevolent force that awaited them. As they stepped inside, the door creaked ominously behind them, sealing their fate. The air grew thick with a cold, clammy mist, and strange whispers echoed through the halls. They ventured deeper into the mansion, their footsteps echoing on the creaky floorboards. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream pierced the silence, freezing them in their tracks. One by one, they began to disappear, snatched away by unseen hands. Panic consumed the remaining survivors as they desperately searched for a way out, but the mansion seemed to twist and turn, trapping them in its grasp. In the darkness, they caught glimpses of shadowy figures darting between the rooms, their eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. The walls seemed to pulse with a sinister energy, as if they were alive and hungry for their souls. Just as they thought they were doomed to wander the mansion for eternity, they stumbled upon a hidden room in the attic. Inside, they found an old diary belonging to the youngest Winston daughter, Emily. Through her writings, they learned of the tragic fate that befell the Winston family. Driven mad by greed and jealousy, they had made a pact with dark forces in exchange for eternal wealth and power. But the price they paid was their own souls, condemned to roam the mansion forever, luring unsuspecting victims to share their fate. As the teenagers read on, the whispers grew louder and the shadows closed in around them. With trembling hands, they realized they were not alone in the attic. The ghostly figures of the Winston family stood before them, their eyes filled with an insatiable hunger. Terrified, the teenagers made a desperate dash for the exit, but the mansion seemed to twist and contort, its halls shifting like a maze designed to keep them trapped. Only one of them managed to escape, fleeing into the stormy night, never to return to Willow Creek again. But as the years passed, the mansion remained a dark and forbidding monument to the horrors that lurked within. And to this day, the locals whisper of the Winstons and the cursed mansion that still haunts their dreams. As the lone survivor stumbled out of the mansion, he collapsed on the rain-soaked ground, his breath ragged and his heart pounding with fear. He knew he had escaped, but at what cost? His body trembled uncontrollably as he felt a cold presence looming over him. Looking up, he saw the ghostly figure of Emily Winston, her pale face twisted with anguish. "You can never leave," she whispered, her voice echoing in his mind like a sinister melody. With a final, desperate scream, the survivor felt icy hands closing around his throat, squeezing the life out of him. His vision blurred, and as darkness consumed him, he knew he would never leave the mansion's grasp. And so the legend of the cursed mansion continued, claiming another victim whose screams echoed through the night, a warning to all who dared to enter its haunted halls.